All right, so the article that I read was Acquiring Online Data for Scientific Analysis. Yeah, this article just was a brief overview of how we should use the internet in our classrooms and why. The internet allows students to access existing data sets and explore phenomena beyond their classroom and school settings. It's a really excellent tool that can help us be a lot more efficient as teachers. So the research behind it indicated that using online data and inquiry-based instruction has many potential benefits, including gains in students' content knowledge and increases in student interest, engagement, motivation, and sense of control in learning. So, I'm going to use the buzzword I always use here. It's just going to help students be more autonomous. I know when I have access to the internet, I will ask all kinds of questions. Oftentimes I have my computer up or my phone out during class, not because I want to screw around and do something different, but because I like to kind of extend the knowledge by looking up relevant information related to what we're talking about, or maybe save an article for later that I find related to it. So, or ask questions on the computer or instead of asking the professor, so I don't have to interrupt a lecture. So the guidelines for best practice were outlined in this article. So the first one was to limit student searches to targeted websites and simplify data sets. As you know, if we just search randomly, we can end up finding a lot of information. A lot of times way too much information. It can be hard to find quality information also. So our job as teachers would be to just simplify that process for the students. Like just having a bookmark bar would be good. Make the learning relevant. So that says enough to me, but just to clarify, make sure that what we're doing online has something to do with the content. Integrate data into inquiry that reflect the science process. So that little statement is saying a lot. So it's just really pushing that we should use inquiry to gain student attention, and then we turn that into data collection, and we turn data collection into putting it down into like a research format. The last one was contact education centers to request help. So this would be like around Wichita, we'd have Exploration Place, the Great Plains Nature Center, maybe the observatory if it's still running. Even WSU, I think, would be a resource for schools around here. Some simple steps for developing inquiry. The first one, and the most important probably, is to develop questions. We want our students to ask relevant questions to the content. Yes, if you want to know how much pressure an elephant's hoof puts down versus a ballerina's spin or whatever, that's really cool and all, but does it actually apply to plate tectonics, which we're talking about right now? So we need to make sure our questions are relevant and applied to the lesson. And then we take those questions, we look them up online with the websites given by the teachers, and we analyze what we've found. So we can do this in pencil or pen, copy and paste in a Word document, any number of things, as long as we are collecting and analyzing the data appropriately. So the last one is that as the student should communicate their findings. So we don't want the learning to stop there. We want to make sure we are having our students collaborate and talk to each other about what they're finding. They get the opportunity to process the information that way, which is going to help them remember it. And we might actually do a little informal assessment there and help find out where there could be further learning that needs to happen. So the really big chunk of the article was actually just good website suggestions. for various content areas. So the first one was for Earth Space Science. Here's a list of that. And actually, I think I can go ahead and post these in the description so that you can click the hyperlinks and you don't have to copy them down. But these are all just, good places to go that are going to have quality information. They had a lot on Earth and Space there. Here's some for the physical sciences. So we have chemistry, physics, and life science. We have water use, geological survey. It could be Earth and Space science too. Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, or yeah. Anyway, yeah, migratory water birds. So that is a lot you can look up there. And so the idea is that you would take like these websites and like bookmark them in the school computers so that the students can find accurate and quality information. Well, life sciences gets 3 pages. I forgot the most. There's a lot. Life science sums up a lot of material. Alright, so since this is a recording, if you have any questions, you can post them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. Thanks, everybody.